was on the kit for about a couple hours yesterday. My buddy showed up and I actually turned him in a pretty good sounding track. We got good mics here and we compared it to the studio track where I went to a studio and used their kit. That sounded awesome too. This sounded fine. So I was able to turn him in another track for a roots reggae kind of a compilation album we're working on. Everybody here in Central Oregon that's really into playing reggae, includes myself and just some other people. We're trying to just get them to participate. It'll be Jai Yogi and Friends album. It's Mark's music, but really it's like Mark just collecting everybody that plays reggae, lots of different players, and so I'm excited about that. It's not a solo album. It could be. It's his own stuff, but it'd be more of a compilation. I'm excited about that. Include a lot of other people. So I railed out a drum track for him. See my Roland sampler pad over there. I'd like to get that hooked up to my drum kit there, but put in some work on the drum kit last weekend, which was good. I'm just going to go over the whole everything right now. I haven't ripped a sample from there yet. That was set up over there. I haven't built a hip-hop track in a while, which is fine. I have about 5 that don't even have lyrics right now. Did a ton of work on the synthesizers last weekend, cooking up music for my last running video out at Scotty's, which was a lot of fun. I use this micro Korg. I use the micro Korg, the Roland Juno G, the MC303, which is a rare piece, super rare piece. I'm pretty proud of that. And I use this Baldwin 66 church organ. I'm just sticking to those 4 synthesizers. I could pick up another one if I wanted, but I'm just gonna find a sound using those 4. At least that's what I've been doing. I like seeing them right in front of me. I don't use a MIDI keyboard. I want to use the hardware. I want to use the actual analog synth itself. And every time I cook up some music, I want to try to include all 4 of those synthesizers. I'm not a rad keyboard player. I'm a drummer primarily. I can't play guitar, but I like cooking up little riffs on piano, even if I have to clink out one and then staple it to another to come up with one riff. That's what I'll do. I can't do changes or anything, but I hear stuff, and as long as it takes for me to piece it together, that's what it'll be. So I have a lot of fun right here, and I used right here last weekend, which was cool. Cleaned up the room a little bit. Mark came over, we did some work. So coming back from my last run, I got the truggy cleaned up. This was popping out on me, messing up my, I didn't notice it at first, but as I would give my new Nova engine full throttle, this was coming out. So I took everything out, electronics, everything, cleaned everything. That should be solid now. And this is ready to go. Who knows when that'll be. Here's my other Scorpion. That's fine. I took the spur gear off that. That's good to go. Here's a couple starter boxes. Here's my break-in stand. I just got an on-road header in the mail today. I'm gonna mock up the break-in stand and get it ready to go. That's my first thing I promise you guys I'm gonna do. Here's the on-road header right here. I'm gonna get a motor in that and just have a motor sitting there ready to go out to be broken in. CD player, I've been listening to lots of CDs lately, all my old CDs, and getting shit done. Just putting in CDs rather than listening to the radio or attaching a phone to some damn thing. You just pop in a CD. Let's check our weather, get a little weather report. It's about at least a couple inches here in town. Yeah, a couple inches. All right. a couple inches here in town. Snow. What happens during snow? You run different shit. I like to run my quads. I can go down to my storage unit right now and get my hands on an old Suzuki quad racer. And snowboarding. Go up to Hoodoo at night for night snowboarding, which will start next weekend. And what else runs in the winter in the snow? Fifth scale runs. So I'm going to do some work on ice pick. Also get ice pick ready for some snow fun. And so the point of what I'm doing right now is it helps to make videos, because what it does is it proves to at least a few others that we're doing something. But it's also support, you know. This is like a support. It's support. It's like going to a meeting or something. It's we need each other to get through jobs and get shit done, I think. So I'm happy to show you guys. Here's a kit. Here's my first buggy kit. This is a Kyosho Inferno. You know, enough said. There's a new Kyosho buggy. What am I gonna do with it? Well, let's take a look at my other Kyosho kit. Here's a Scorpion kit that I've had in my house for about a year and a half. Here's a roller. So what I'm gonna do today is just final, get the final body touches done, and I'm gonna get that body on, and I'll show that thing is done. I just hadn't quite got the body done, and I need this other table. So I need to get this job done, and so I'm gonna use 2 tables for this kit build. I'll get this body on this other Scorpion, show you guys in this video. It came out pretty cool, looks different, and it'll just be done. Because before I start doing this, I have to get this done. I do. So that's what's gonna happen here. Today, also, on my last nitro run, this LRP wasn't getting gas. Gas wasn't coming through this carb. I'm gonna do something about that today. I'm gonna put a different carb on there maybe. I'm gonna start this right in the house, right here, just so I know it starts. I didn't do that last time. And so I wanna know that this Scorpion is ready to go at any given time. Who the hell knows when that'll be? We're in really cold temps now. This might be the time of year where you just get a lot of shit ready, and that's it. But yeah, I'm gonna do some work today. This video is not done, and mostly just get my whole damn thing ready to commit to that kit right there. 2 tables, all my other jobs done, everything else buttoned up, spread this kit out. And so basically I'm gonna clear my plate and commit to that kit right there. So I'm gonna take some time right now, get that done, and I'll be right back with you guys. Did some shugu inside this body, bought some sticks at my local hobby store, and just wanted to throw some sticks in there. I couldn't use one stick. It wouldn't stay buried in the shugu, so I don't know, I just broke some sticks and laid some sticks in there in an attempt to sort of just see what that was about. The shugu definitely just makes the body more sturdy, so you never know when you're gonna get out the old paints, the old tester's paints. Did a little detail, hand drew a number 1 on the helmet. So just a few details on getting this body wrapped up, having some fun here. So this will be wrapped up soon. I'm stoked to just wrap up these final details on that. Ooh-wee, bits on bits. Yeah, to start work on one thing, gotta clear out all the other things. So I'm gonna line up all my Scorpions outside today. I'm just want everything, you know, in order before I start working on this buggy. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just get the Scorpions, just all the components on, and then I might have to shelf them for a bit. We are in snow, but I'm gonna start one of them today. Before I do that, I'm gonna start my very first one and just make sure that that can go. You know, get some juice up in that LRP 32 that's in there. Anyway, before I want to show this spur gear. Owning these Kyosho Scorpions has been cool, but this spur gear is unavailable. So I've had to take the one good spur gear that I managed to keep in pretty good shape, which is right here on this model. It's okay, and just it's got to share between the two models, which is fine. I can't get this from Kyosho. I've asked everybody. I mean everybody. It's a strange size. I've been unable to replicate it, and I found one in Australia. They can't get it here. So I love my Scorpions. Just finding this spur gear, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I can't, at least. I mean, I've ordered every other spur gear for other models, and they're all smaller. All the spur gears kind of look the same on A-Main. They look like the same size, so it's hard to tell, you know, like what, how big they really are. This is bigger than the other ones that came. So, anyways, I'm gonna get my Scorpions racked up, and for the most part, yeah, get them ready for the shelf for a while. I am gonna start one, clear everything off, and then 2 tables, boom, ready for the Inferno, the MP Inferno buggy build there. All right, pretty much got everything back on my ready to run Scorpion there. Just looking at the body. So the plastic's kind of cracking right here. I just kind of use this as a reference for the body I'm doing right there. I put some shoe goo inside that, and I'm gonna just try to use some washers and just make this a little more solid, I guess, based on from what I'm seeing here. The panels back here are kind of cracked off. That's why they're not on there. So yeah, the plastic just gets a little brittle on this Scorpion body here. So this is pretty much gonna be how I'll store it. Everything's back on there. So I'll get this off here and put my kit one up there and just keep getting all the pieces back on that. Oh, the horror when we think we lost small bits. Oh my God, that's another motivation to just get shit done, is just having small bits lying around. You know, you lose them, and when you can't find small bits, you lose your shit. I do. I lose my shit. I'm sure we all do. So it's just details. You know, details are so important in getting these things done, man. Anyway, is that how it is for everybody else? Just when you can't find small bits, and just too many of them sitting around, just, you know, I don't think it would treat anybody too good thinking about it. So you got to keep shit moving, you know. To have all this killer equipment, all those small bits have to be applied to something, or else you just get twisted up. And we don't want to get twisted up. Here's the last page. Yep, that was the last page of the old Scorpion manual. I'm having to look at that for at least a year, about a year now. That's how long I've had this thing in my house. She's done. Scorpion kit, blue parts. She's done. No pipe or motor in there right now, but that's it. I had to get that done before I can start cracking into this other kit. This had to be done. It is done. We'll line up the Scorpions here in a bit. I'm just going to do some work on my very first Scorpion, take it back to the very first one, start up the very first one, stay committed, treat these things right with respect, and then move on to the buggies. Buggy. Looks like my front steering servo's starting to talk to itself a little bit. At least when I turn the car on, it starts talking to itself, kind of. That's not the issue. The issue is just when I blow on the tube down there, we don't have a lot of fuel coming out. I don't know if I can show that on camera here. I'll try. As hard as I could. Hardly anything's coming out. I don't know how to check my carbs for any kind of obstruction or anything. I am going to pull that motor out and put another carb on there, put a Nova carb on there. It's the only other carb I have, and just see if there's a difference. Smoky in here. I gotta make this fucking quick. Yeah, I'm doing this in my house. Alright, I pulled the motor out. I put the Nova carb on. I believe the motor's still very rich from being broken in. Let's see if I can fire it up, give it a few blips of the throttle, just to ensure that it is receiving gas. Car last time. Now I believe I could. It's just we're in snow now, and so I did a major job on that car, so I'm gonna keep just working on my stuff here, organizing shit. I'll be right back with you guys. Well, spent about all day, 5-6 hours, just going through all my other cars, all my other nitro cars, about 4 other cars. Well, I focused on 3 mostly, just my Scorpions. Just made, just went through them, just checked them out thoroughly. Both motors are out. Anyway, just went through everything real thoroughly because I just wanted to respect my other stuff before starting on this buggy build, which I'm real excited about. I got everything here. It should be a lot of fun. This will be my second kit build. I just actually finished my first kit build today, and I couldn't even think about starting this until every other bit from that first kit was like thoroughly gone through and racked up proper. I did that, and I'm happy, and now I feel like I can focus on this, so I'm really happy about that. This will be, I've never driven a buggy before. I'd like to have the best components I can. The kit, I'm sure, comes with awesome stuff, and I I'd like to find a race. I have another buddy who's been in this hobby for a really long time, and if I brought some proper gear, I'm sure we could find a race and have some fun this spring, summer, and I'm willing to do that for sure. It seems like a great way to learn a lot about nitro in a real rapid manner, which intrigues me. I'm very curious about just the rate at which everything moves at a race. It's probably a lot of fun and just a great way to run the best with the best. I think it's doable. I think anybody could learn how to do something like that. Just apply yourself. So I'm gonna rack up a nice buggy and just do the best I can to have proper equipment to be there. Here's a Reds motor. It's been broken in by RC Renew. There's a Reds R Series motor, 0.21. Nice pipe there, and I'm happy to put this in the buggy when it's ready. This is the best stuff I can get my hands on, and this will be a great platform. This will be a pretty close to a pro racing platform. I'm happy about that. I'm excited. I'd like to treat it as such. I would still bash it, of course. It'll be great gear that can handle anything you can throw at it. So it's just to know that, good to know that pro stuff is available for us as well. But you just have to put it together as it should be. You shouldn't be able to buy a pro race car. You can't. It's too specialized. You got to put that together and make it your own. You don't just go down to the store and buy a Formula One car. Those are built. So we build our race cars. That's it, you guys. I'm going to kick back, make some video, make some dinner, maybe clink a keyboard or two, play some piano. And winter's here. Build this and get my ass in the back and start racking up some fifth scale stuff for some real running in cold weather. Later on, you guys.